Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be testing out some new makeup that I got from the Sephora VIB sale, and then some stuff is new that I got in PR. But yeah, I kind of wanted to do this fun testing video so you guys could see how everything kind of looks on me and basically what looks I like to do with the products that I purchased. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is apply some eye primer. Of course, I usually like to do my eyeshadow first before I do the rest of my makeup, just in case it gets a little messy. Then I don't have to worry about ruining my foundation or concealer and having to redo that. So I just use the Urban Decay Primer Potion Anti-Aging version. And then for eyeshadow, I'm so excited to be using the new Anastasia and Jackie Eyeliner palette. I've not used this at all yet, and it is absolutely beautiful. Here is the inside. The first shade I'm going to go into is the shade Ginger, and I'm going to use this as my crease shade. And I know this palette is supposed to be super pigmented, so I'm going to really try to tap off all the excess I have so that I don't get like too much color going on. And I'm just going to lightly touch my crease area. As you can see, it's like super pigmented. This one got a little crazy, but yes, it's supposed to work on all skin tones. Next, I'm going to take the shade Pinker, which is this like mauve tone here, and also blend that into the crease. I feel like this is pretty effortless. I just put a little bit down and it already has like full pigmentation, which is awesome. Alright, next I'm going to take this purple, which is Big Wig, and I'm going to concentrate this into my outer corner and inner corner and try to do a halo eye. Next, I just wet my brush and I'm going to use the shade Trust Issues and place this on the middle part of my eyelid. And this one's supposed to be like a duochrome. It looks white, but then when you put it on, it's like a fun foiled green. And then with that same smudge brush I used, so it still has a little bit of purple on it, I'm going to go in with the shade Credit and smudge that on my lower lash line. I'm also going to smudge on some brown eyeliner. I'm going to use this new Benefit one, which I have not tried these yet. The Creamy Longwear Eye Pencil Bad Gal Bang in Deep Brown. And this is going to go on my lower lash line. And a little bit on the upper as well. Alright, let's move on to the face here. I'm going to use this Fenty mattifying primer I got during the Sephora sale. And I've been using this in conjunction with the Fenty foundation for oily skin. I feel like this is a really good combination. So far, I do enjoy this primer, especially with the more hydrating foundations. It's nice and lightweight and just like really blends right into the skin. And it doesn't really make your skin feel dry or anything, so that's always nice. Now going into foundation, I'm using the Fenty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation today. And I'm in the shade 260, which is going to be a little bit dark for me, so I'm going to really have to blend this in. But this is like my tan shade and it's all I have. So I've been using this a few times and I really do like it for a hydrating foundation. I feel like it works well even for my oily skin. And I feel like it has a decent coverage, which most of the other hydrating foundations I've tried don't have the best coverage. So this one, I've been actually really liking it so far. So I'm just going to really buff this in. I did add this Too Faced sculpting concealer for some extra coverage on my blemishes, but like I said, I've been really liking the foundation. I feel like it holds up pretty good for a more hydrating foundation, and it's not too glowy for me. So next I'm going to use this concealer here. I actually have had this in my collection for a while. For some reason I haven't used it. It's the YSL Touche Éclat High Cover Radiant Concealer, and I think this is the lightest shade, number 1. So let me click this up and see if we can get some product out. Oh, that came out right away. Usually it takes a while. So I'm just going to go ahead and place this underneath. I will say the shade 1 is actually kind of dark. I mean, it's going to definitely work for me right now, but if you are fair, I don't know, that might be too dark for you. But I really like the original Touche Éclat, so something with a little bit more coverage I feel like would be nice. That actually covered really well. I'm surprised I have not used that yet. What is wrong with me? I'm setting that with the Laura Mercier translucent powder real quick, just because I need something for under my eyes, because the newer powder I have is more for the face. So I'm just throwing on the Laura Mercier translucent powder underneath my eyes there to set that concealer in. Now for blush and bronzer, I'm going to use this Wander Beauty palette. It's their Trip for Two blush and bronzer duo. I'm going to use both the blush and bronzer in here. This is the shade Daiquiri and Tulum, I believe. So going into Tulum, there is a lighter version as well. This one's kind of the darker version, but I feel like I don't know, I usually like a little bit of a darker bronzer, so I'm just going to sculpt out here really lightly. It's actually pretty pigmented, so I'm just going to use a light hand with this one and really try to bronze my neck so that my foundation will match the rest of my body here. I feel like it looks pretty good for now. I really like these duos. I feel like they're really easy to use. The powders blend out easily. And even though we're using a dark shade, it's not looking like patchy or muddy or anything like that. And then for that blush, it's a pretty dark pink, so we're just going to use a little bit of that. Oh, well, actually we can use more. It goes on light, so you can definitely build it up. So it's not going to give you crazy clown cheeks if you get too much product. Now I'm going to use the new Pat McGrath powder. And this one is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Setting Powder in light medium too. And look at this, I have it everywhere. So I've heard this is really good just for setting the face, so that's what I'm going to do. It's nice and mattifying, so that will also help using the more hydrating foundation. So I don't know, I've only used this powder once, and so far I think it's pretty good, but I've been trying just to concentrate it on the face and not the under eyes, because a lot of people say it's too drying for the under eyes. So next I'm going in with my usual brow products. I don't have anything new, so this is just Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil and Gimme Brow Plus. I use these as a combination pretty much every day. Time for some mascara. I'm going to be using the IT Cosmetics Lash of Blowout Mascara. This is new from them. It's a collaboration with Dry Bar, which is why it looks like a round brush. I have not used this yet, so I'm very excited. Okay, so the wand comes out like that. I've heard really good things about this. Make sure you don't have any excess product on there. So here's how the lashes look. I wouldn't say they're super voluminous or anything, but if you guys like your lashes to be long and kind of spaced out a little bit more, then I would definitely recommend this one. Alright, for lips, I'm going into this Pat McGrath lip pencil and contour. This one's awesome to just line out the lips and really sculpt them out. You can make them look a little bit more plump. And then I'm going in with this Natasha Denona lipstick. It's a new one from her I Need a Nude line in the shade Susanna. So this is going to be the lipstick we're using. These have a nice like matte finish. And there's like tons of nudes to choose from. So you can definitely find like your perfect nude. Alright, I love this shade. And then, of course, I need to try out this gloss still, so we're going to use this too. We're using 3 lip products. This is the Hourglass Unreal Lip Gloss. I'm using the shade Sublime. This is super minty smelling. So here's how everything kind of looks together after just being applied. I took my little headband out here. So I'm going to go ahead and wear these products for a couple hours. Then I'll come back and give you guys my thoughts and the end of my video. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, it has been a few hours now and I am back. So I wanted to go over all the products and give you guys kind of my final first impressions here. I really love the Anastasia Jackie Aina palette. I feel like this is really good. The colors are super pigmented and it really took like no effort to get a pretty colorful look, which I like. I don't like to spend so long doing my eyeshadow, so this one was definitely a win for me. This Benefit eyeliner, I feel like it does fade off and smudge a little bit. I've had some smudging in my outer corners even though it's been only a few hours, so I don't know if this really stays put. I need something that's going to be long wearing and more like waterproof, because you can see it's not really on my waterline as much anymore. It is like a little bit, but it's definitely worn off, especially on this side. And like I said, I hate when my eyeliner smudges in my outer corners, so this one I don't really think you need to like go out and buy. I said earlier that I really like this combination together. I feel like this is a nice hydrating foundation that even if you have a little bit of more oily skin, that you can definitely use with the mattifying primer. So I really like these two in combination. From new foundations, I would say this is probably one of my favorite ones. I did get a little bit oily after a few hours, but I just usually touch up with powder. I just like the finish of this on my skin. It's nice and natural looking, gives me a nice glow. So these I do like from Fenty. I also really like this YSL concealer, surprisingly. I feel like it's held up really well so far and it looks nice. I wouldn't say it's like radiant or anything, it just feels like a normal concealer to me, but I do think it is a high coverage. I will say this Pat McGrath powder, I'm unsure. I thought this was a little bit more mattifying, but on me it didn't seem to be because my foundation still got a little bit oily, so I'm still kind of deciding on this one, but I'm leaning towards probably not. I don't think it's going to be as good as my Too Faced Peach Perfect. I do really like this Wander Beauty blush and bronzer duo. I think this is definitely a nice one. I like the shade Daiquiri and Tulum, I think, and that's what I have on now. It did fade a little bit, but I've also put more powder on, but I just feel like the quality is really nice on these and the colors blend out really easily. As far as this IT Cosmetics mascara goes, I'm kind of undecided. I feel like it looks okay, but I don't think it's something you really need to splurge on when there's so many other great mascaras out there. I think their Superhero is actually better than this one. This one's just okay. Like, my lashes kind of look short to me. I don't feel like it did a lot. I'm kind of picky with mascara, so I would say you could probably skip this one. For lip products, I really enjoy this contour lip pencil. I feel like it stays on really well, and I love this shade. I feel like I could honestly get rid of all my lip liners and just keep this one, but I will have that linked down below if you guys are interested because it's really good. And then the Natasha Denona lipsticks here. I think they're okay. I like the colors, but I don't see the formula being like so substantial and amazing. Like, I feel like I have similar lipsticks that could perform the same way. I just got a bunch of drugstore ones recently from Joa. This lip gloss color I love. I feel like this is going to be perfect on top of many of my nude lipsticks, and I really like the formula. I feel like it makes my lips look nice and plump. So that's the Hourglass Unreal lip gloss in Sublime. So I think that covered everything. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, but that's kind of my final thoughts on these new products. Let me know if you've tried any of these and what you think, but I'll have everything linked down below if you guys are curious on checking these items out, and let me know if you like these videos as well. I need to do more of them, like trying out my PR and stuff like that, but that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.